Hello, friends. Once again, you are welcome to another exciting day. And if you are new here, please, this is Empowerment Talks. And my name is Comfort Comfort. So, on this platform, we meet people from all walks of life. We listen to their stories and we use their experiences to inspire people, to bless people, and why not to empower people. So, with me in the studio tonight, I've got a beautiful, powerful, and dynamic lady all the way from Canada. And she is a small business owner. She's here because she's happy to explain to us how OnPassive can help both small and big businesses to succeed 100%, both online and offline. And OnPassive, really quick, is a yet to be launched or soon to be launched sophisticated AI IT company. And we are going to hear more as our guest is going to come up and explain to us. And so, if you are joining us now for the first time, why not do well to give us some thumbs up, give us some likes, share with your friends as I usher in our special guest for tonight. And so, Claudia, you are very welcome to Empowerment Talks. Welcome, Claudia, and we are happy that you accepted our invitation.
Hi, Comfort. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks you. So, how are you doing today?
I am good today. Very good.
Thank you. So it has been a long weekend. I understand that there is a third lockdown again in Canada. So how is it? How are you coping with that?
Well, it affects all of us quite badly. So, now it's the UK variant that we have, and many,
Mm-hmm.
many cases of it. So, as of Friday on midnight, we went back into lockdown again.
Hmm.
And of course, that's the third time for my business because I'm in the hair industry.
Oh,
So, personal service workers are shut down.
oh, that can be really hard. And you are some of the hair industry and so on, are some of the ones that are always the first to be locked down when they start a lockdown thing. So I
Yeah.
can really, really imagine. All right. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I would like to know if you can please tell us a bit more. Tell us about yourself. Where from Canada are you? What are you doing? What you do in life? What have you done? Just tell us as much as you would like us to know about you. Thank you.
Well, originally I came from a place called Nova Scotia in the Atlantic coast, so around the Atlantic Ocean in Canada. And when I was 17 years old, I moved to the big city of Toronto, Ontario. And I went to school and decided to take hairdressing to make people beautiful really was my main objective of it. I thought putting a smile on people's face would make me happy. And I later on, at around 24, I went back to school and I went to university. And I was going to do something more with children in the social work field. And somehow the opportunity for me to work my butt off day and night came for me to open my first hair salon. So I ended up going back into the hair industry, and I've owned three hair salons since. So, yeah. So, sometimes, well, life's a journey, right? So,
Right.
it had its ups and downs and ups and downs. Opening up a new business is never, never easy. But I made it. I'm a fighter. I had all sorts of different things that had happened along the path, along the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And now we come, 2020 and COVID hits, and now 2021, it's still here and it's not going away.
I know.
So, yeah, it's been, but it's other than that, it was a good journey. The biggest problem I think that I really see in business is being found. Like I'm in a small town,
Mm-hmm.
so being found by a lot of people. And also, our small town has many, many hair salons. So, yeah, so just being found and doing that marketing is probably the hardest part of running the business.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much for letting us know. I will just start by complimenting that one can tell from the look of your face that you are so beautiful, and it's just to confirm that yes, of course, you are a beautician, and yeah, we can confirm from how you look. And it's really interesting how life can be, because you started as a hairdresser, you go to school, you want to deal with children, and before you realize it, you are back to your professional, to your original profession. And yeah, this sounds really good. I understand that at least you would have had some few challenges on the way. What was your main challenge in your journey as a hair, as a salonist, and how did you manage them?
Well, it's funny now that I've been in the industry, as I said, since I was 17,
Right.
and that's 36 years now. So it's a very long time I've been
And
doing it. And what I guess I would start where a young hairstylist just coming out of school will come into a hair salon and they think it's like magic, and they are all of a sudden going to have a clientele. And that's not the way it is at all. When you do become a hairdresser, I mean, unless you're going to a place where it's all walk-in service and the haircuts and stuff are made very, very cheap. Maybe
right.
in that way you're going to build some clientele, but then you're stuck on an hourly wage. Most hairdressers, they get into the industry because they want to build a business for themselves. And that takes a lot of work and it takes years. It takes anywhere from 3 to 5 years to get that really, really, really good, strong clientele and loyal clientele that will repeatedly come back.
Mm.
And along with that comes a lot of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to know where to target, how to do all these things. And as of late, I guess, as of the past, maybe I would say maybe 7 years, people have been coming online to try and do more of that. But it also becomes very expensive. So if you're a hairstylist or even a business owner and you have no income coming in, but you have to
No.
put out all this income, you're always at a loss. And many of them just give up and end up quitting their jobs
Mm-hmm.
and finding another industry to go into, because being a hairstylist is being your own business, no matter which way you look at it. You need the clientele.
Wow, this sounds really interesting, because listening to you, I just understand that it's actually a calling. It's not meant for any kind of person. Given
No,
how much effort you make to find yourself at some point where you say, I am satisfied now, and so on. I think it's all about passion and not even the money, because no. So I
yes,
really do appreciate that. And I think when we listen to this, a lot of people learn from this. God, there are times people give up really quick, but then what I understand from you is that you need to be persistent and consistent, and at some point you will hit it. Is that right?
absolutely.
Okay,
And
that's
I say that for any business out there. I mean, many people just give up. They give up
right.
too quick. Um, they may see the vision in the beginning and quickly they forget it and they're on to the next shiny object. And I always say that same thing with hairdressers. They always think, so to speak, the grass is greener on the other side. So they will see a very busy hair salon and think, okay, now I found my place. This place is really, really busy. But what they don't realize is that that salon is very busy because all of the stylists have built the clientele and they all have clients coming in, steady, loyal clientele. Now you walk in as, let's say, the fifth hairstylist. That does not mean that you're going to be busy. And that is, unfortunately, that's a misconception in the industry where people see a very busy salon and they automatically think if they work there, they're going to be the same. No, those
Wow.
hairstylists have probably been there, like I said, from 3 to 5 years, and that's the reason they're busy. So it is, like you said, it's persistence, and you have to keep going.
Wow. This is so encouraging, and it sounds really good. Thank you really much, Claudia, for sharing your experience with us. So that said, let's now move over to the main reason for which we are here. And so we're going to see how this connects to your business now. So we are about to talk about ONPASSIVE. So how did you come to know about ONPASSIVE, and why did you jump on board, and why are you still in it? Because I know your passion. I know you're just like a passionate ONPASSIVE co-founder like myself. So I'm just learning about the professional part of you, which is so interesting. So how did you find out about ONPASSIVE, and why did you jump on board and you are doing all you are doing now?
Well, I've always dabbled with things online here and there. But I must say, I never ever joined any marketing business as far as, let's say, a MLM or any. I've never ever joined anything like that. I always felt I knew better. Maybe it's because of the industry that I'm in. I know that even in the hair salon, you will make clients and you will lose clients no matter what. Sometimes it's the fact that they sold their house and they're moving and you
I
lost a
know.
client. So I I kind of knew better. I never wanted to be in a business. I knew that I had the strength to do it, where I could build many people to come in to, let's say, sell a product.
Mm-hmm.
But I also knew as fast as I could bring them in, as fast I'm going to lose them. Um, it, it relates right back to the business again. You have to have the strength and the passion to keep going,
Right.
and you have to realize that you're going to keep losing and losing and losing people as fast as you bring them in. So I never wanted to be in that industry, but I did dabble online with marketing my own business. I used to also build niche websites for other people. Maybe they were into jewelry and they didn't know how to build a website. So I would build a beautiful website for them, and then they would have to go out and market it. Sometimes they're successful, sometimes they're not. But my business was more to hand the business over to them, and what they did with it was up to them. Um, and then one day, oddly enough, it was just 2020 last year, in the summer, I went to visit my brother, and my brother started to tell me about Passive. And he said, it's really, really good. You just have to check it out. Well, my brother had gotten into several different things online, and none of them ever worked out. So I kind of had the attitude, okay, I'll take a look at it, and I'll see.
Right.
And I did. I stayed true to my word, and I did take a look at it. And as I started to research, like anything else, you find people online trying to diminish it, trying to um, call it a scam, which, yeah, lucky, like I said, with me knowing marketing and me knowing what people do online, I was able to ignore all that stuff. And I always say, if you go looking for the bad, you're going to find the bad. But if you go looking for the good, you may find the good as well. So what you have to do in the end is you have to measure them. If there's this much bad and there's this much, where's my hands? This much good,
I can see, right? Yeah.
right? Then you obviously you take it. That's with anything in life, you take the
Mhm.
good over the bad. um and the bad was just kind of ridiculous, because it was a lot of people who were saying, oh, don't get into that, it didn't launch yet. And lucky again for me, I must be the luckiest person, I'm telling you, because my husband was an IT project manager and also an IT manager. So I was able to show it to him, and he doesn't know a lot about the online space, but he does know about IT. So he was looking at, for example, the HR management system
Mhm.
that's been on passive. And he said, wow, I did that. I did a system exactly like that. And it took us 3 years to complete that project, because that particular project was an HR system for to connect all these social workers um, that were in all different office buildings. So
Mhm.
they had to all be able to connect on this same system, which meant building the system from the ground up and then deploying it and then having them all trained on the system. So, you know, when I hear people say, oh, it didn't launch yet, and then I look and I think, well, that HR system is only one of the products.
Right, right. I know. Yeah. Thank you. I think the show is just starting, but if we were to end here, I will already draw a big conclusion about you because you are someone who is, you don't give up and you don't take no or negativity for an answer. You know exactly what you want and you just go for it. This is so impressive. And I'm just happy that you are sharing this because, like I said, a lot of people are learning from this. And from the onset, I called you a dynamic lady, but never did I know that that is exactly, you have just confirmed it by telling us what we're listening to now. So it's really, really a blessing. So, on passive is still pre-launch. Do you have any particular reason to still keep on telling people to join on passive?
Well, my main reason, which I didn't actually get to, but my main reason when I joined was when I did look at it, I had come out with I had developed a product of my own, to help people with scalp problems. And it was a shampoo and a conditioner. And when I looked at On Passive and I saw that they would market my business for me, I could bring my business into On Passive and have them drive the traffic. That was amazing to me because I had again had already known what it was like to advertise on Google and Facebook. And it takes a lot, and it takes a lot of money and a lot of time. I would be spending more on the marketing than I would on getting it, like the sales that I was getting. It just, it didn't make sense to me. So I totally stopped marketing it online. And then when I saw On Passive, I thought, wow, this would be great for my product. It took me 10 years to develop my product. I had to source, a manufacturer, and all of the ingredients are made from, all natural things. So it's a great product. But if it's not a big name out there, it's extremely, extremely hard to market. So that's one
Mm-hmm.
challenge. So having a tool like the traffic from OnPassive would be absolutely amazing. So initially, that was why I joined. And then once I did join, oh my God, the people I met, it it was unbelievable. Like what a community, what a
Right.
community of like-minded people, what a community of people helping each other. It was just amazing. And I honestly, I forgot all about my product. I said it doesn't matter to me if I never actually sell that product,
Right.
because what you can make from just the tools in On Passive alone will much further outweigh any product actually that you want to offer. So now I kind of look at it as, Passive is like my main business, and my product is my extra income. And it's
Wow.
just funny how the tables reversed.
I know, right? I know, but yeah, this is so interesting. But I think you are not going to escape the next question, which I had, because you were explaining towards that direction, even though things have changed and on passive now becomes your main. However, you still want to throw more light on the fact, like we hear this every day, on passive is going to help both small and big businesses succeed
Yes.
online and so on and so forth. Can you explain more about that, please?
Well, as I said, even with my own product or
Mm-hmm.
even with my hair salon, you would go to, let's say, buy Google Ads. Every business will buy Google Ads. Every business will, if they want to be on Facebook, they will buy Facebook ads, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. They all offer advertising for your business, that you can buy. Um, However, the traffic, I believe I was getting rehashed traffic. As far as I was concerned, that traffic for my product was being sent to all the same people as my next door neighbor's, um, product was being sent. So it's not really fresh. It's not a lot, I could see the algorithms of the traffic, and I could tell you for the amount of clicks, and if you're not selling one product, there is something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's another side where I'm pretty lucky, because I actually was one of the Google AdWords publishers. So I actually used to publish ads for people's businesses, and
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you where some of the ads I was seeing where they were being placed online. You're going to get nothing but fake clicks. So that's that's a downfall. Unfortunately, there is a lot of that out there, and with passive being able to drive the traffic directly to your business, whether it's online or offline, that's one of the amazing things. And that you are paying, instead of paying 15 different subscription fees. I mean, we're not just talking, I just mentioned the ad part. I mean, there's also other things to create those ads. So, I mean, you're going to start creating campaigns,
Right.
right? So it's either you're a creative person yourself, or you have to hire a creative person.
Hmm.
The other thing is, you might want to hire an influencer. I did it. I hired an influencer. I could tell you the influencer, they were fake. And the reason why I say that they're fake,
Mm-hmm.
again, they're putting it out to so many people. And when you know that you have a business or you have a product that a lot of people will want, and you're getting millions of clicks and not one sale, something
Oh
is
dear.
wrong.
Right.
So there is a thing in the influencer industry where not all influencers are like that, but there are a lot of them where they actually have fake followers. They paid for those people to follow them.
Mm.
And as a business owner, you don't know who is who.
Mm-hmm.
However, that was the other interesting thing about passive with the AI technology. That AI technology can actually go out and tell you that influencer is real. Their followers are real. So that's extraordinary, because I wish I had had that when I was trying to choose an influencer, because I obviously ended up with the wrong one. And
Right.
so it's good for the influencer, because they also have a business. They're also they're offering, to bring people to see your product. So they deserve to be recognized for that and not lumped in with all the rest of them. So in a way, it helps them as well. So that AI it's amazing, just amazing. And the fact that the AI can actually go out there and strategically target exactly what you're promoting,
Mm.
not the big scope of it, but the actual product, the ingredients, the type of business. The AI will find anybody who's interested in that business and bring them your way. So that's extremely targeted. And I can't say that all the other platforms are doing that. So,
Exactly. Yeah, this sounds really interesting because I did not know this part of fake influencers and so on and so forth. So you just did. I know that the next question was going to be in that line. You have started answering this question already by what the fake influencers do, but I think you would like to add more, because apart from that, they say on passive is the correction to corruption.
yes.
Yes. So what do you want to say about that?
Well, it's with a lot of things. So, well, first of all, everybody knows it's no secret, and I don't need to name any companies. But just yesterday on our news channel, over 500 million people
Hmm.
had all their information stolen online by our most popular platform.
I know, right?
So all of our information is online, all of our profiles.
Yeah.
It's not it is not securely in the platform anymore. It is out there now online for anyone to find.
Jesus, this is
Things
sad.
like this are happening. So the fact that OnPassive is really going to make sure that you're secure online and your data is secure, and everything is an opt-in. There's no such thing as you coming and them selling your data ever. So unless you opt in for it, it's not going to happen. They're not going to find you. They're going to find only what you want them to find out about you or your product or your business. So that's another incredible part of OnPassive, which a lot of people are looking for right now, because we're at the disposal of all these companies. I mean, the minute you sign up, and I'll give you a really good example of that, Comfort. One day I was in my salon. At that particular time, I had an hour in between clients where I was just sitting and I was waiting. And I was looking for a better internet package because I was paying through the roof for my internet. So I decided to go online and I typed in 3 different companies. So I went on each website and I compared their packages to each other.
Mhm.
Hour passed, my client walked in, and I was cutting this lady's hair, and my phone was on my station. Now, I was looking on my laptop. I went to the websites of these 3 companies. I did not fill anything out. I just clicked on packages,
Mhm.
and the package came up. And I said, okay, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go with the third one because they have a better package. I went along with my day, with my business. I'm standing there cutting this lady's hair. My phone, which I never use to look up these companies, started ringing. This is my personal phone. All 3 of those companies called me within an hour on my phone.
Hmm.
And my client and I were sitting there just thinking, how creepy is that?
Right, I know.
That I did not fill out any form. I never put my name.
Yeah.
The only thing I did was look at a company's package on their website, and they got my phone number. How is that possible? Well, of course, because your provider is selling your data to everybody
Right,
else.
right.
Yeah.
This is really sad. This is sad, but we're just happy that finally we have what we call in Christianity the Savior is here, and
Yes.
we are patiently waiting because we know that the moment OnPassive comes, it will definitely going to change the story. So let's move to something that touches the CEO of OnPassive really more than any other thing, the money and whatever we're saying out there. So if you are a founder like myself, we know what we hear every day. You listen to Ash say, whatever thing you get from OnPassive, give it back, and so on and so forth. So can you present OnPassive to our people as a from the humanitarian perspective? What does that mean to Ash?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, there's a lot of people, and I'm the last person to tell you that another human being is God. Believe me, I'm the last person. I would never tell you that.
All right.
Not
All
you,
right.
you know.
Sure.
But however, if you want the closest thing that I've ever seen, it's Ash Mufara. That's the closest I've seen.
Yeah.
I have not seen many rich people, and they they are filthy rich. Really, yes, I hear of people giving, to causes. However, not in this way. Not in this way. I mean, for him to take the average person and allow them to pay $97 to become part of his company and have the customers be placed under you rather than being placed under the company, that alone, that's magic. It's amazing. And I know for a fact, anyone out there, they can search as far as they want. They will never, ever, ever find anyone who's going to do that. No
Exactly.
one, no one is going to do that.
Mhm.
Um, and with as behind my head, the old Bless platform, that's absolutely amazing. I can't even imagine someone not having clean drinking water. And I mean, that just doesn't happen where I'm from. So I can't even imagine it. And that, I mean, it breaks my heart. If I could save them all, I would. Um, but with the Oblast platform, I really see that happening. Somebody had said to me, well, yeah, but they have, GoFundMe and they have all these other platforms. And I was trying to explain to them it's completely a different thing altogether because we are over 600,000 founders in ONPASSIVE. Can you imagine if I wanted to, I don't know, build a church or provide clean drinking water, and I put the word out and I tell all the founders, I just put up that one ad in the old Blessed platform and I tell them, hey guys, I really want to rebuild this whole community. They were just struck by a hurricane, or they don't have clean drinking water, or they don't have their church burned down. They need a new church, or they need a
Mhm.
school for the children. Whatever it is. I mean, if everyone just put in, every founder put in $1, $600,000 towards your project.
All right.
You will not find that in GoFundMe, because I know this 100%. When we went through the first pandemic, I had gotten sick with COVID. And then I had traveled down my small community street where my salon is, and it broke my heart, all the businesses that were closed. And I thought they're never going to make it because we're in such a small little village. And as I said, we don't have the foot traffic that we need as it is. So I thought there's no way they're going to be able to survive this. So I took to GoFundMe, and I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save every business on this street. Uh, that's just me. It's my
Right.
makeup. It's the way I am. And I had seen when I got on there were other businesses that were just basically trying to save themselves. And I was appalled by this. But I thought, okay, that's humanity right now. That's just the way they are. Every man in it for themselves.
Mhm.
And thank God, I feel blessed that I'm not that person. I really do thank God for that. That he
Amen.
made me the way he made me. So, and in any regard, I went out to put a ad out for all the small businesses. Then I found out that I actually have to market that to find people to fund me.
Mm.
It doesn't just come to you. There isn't a community there. So for to me, I thought, well, I might as well just go out and ask everybody for money that I possibly can, because GoFundMe is not going to help me.
All right. Wow.
And so I had left that campaign out there, I think, for the whole 3 months of COVID. I raised $365, all from my own customers.
Wow. All right.
So it doesn't, so when you do the comparison,
Mhm.
not that GoFundMe, there's nothing wrong with that, but you do have to do, it's not just GoFundMe, it's other charity organizations as well, Red Cross, UNICEF, all of them. I mean, they have to do heavy marketing campaigns to bring the money in. So with Oh Bless, you'll never have to do that. It'd be as simple as putting up a little ad in your in the Oh Bless platform, and
Mhm.
you have up to 1 million founders that can fund you $1.
All right.
So it's
Wow.
amazing,
This
amazing.
this is so amazing, and your explanation is just taking me back. You remember the night when Oh Bless was launched during the mega product launch? Everybody was teary and it's emotional and
Yes,
so on. And you're talking now, just feel like breaking out because it's really deep down the heart. And one thing I just realized just during this COVID lockdown is that there are families that do not have even a single laptop, so that children were unable to do homework, you
right.
know.
Hmm.
So you just want to think, close your eyes and think what you would be doing with $1 each from 600,000 of us as of now. How
Yes,
many laptops will we provide for at least for a family around, and so on and so forth. This is
yes,
just more than a blessing.
yes.
So I think we all are really looking forward to this. and it's
It
important.
certainly is the
Yeah.
correction to the corruption.
Exactly. Yeah. So we talk and talk because while we are here, we just want to update people, we want to bless, we want to encourage. And before we were heading towards the end of the show, but there are a few things you would still like to comment on before you go. We always like to remind people, and we like to our audience like to hear from different people too, and not from me all the time. Just tell us a bit more about registration. How do you become a founding member of ONPASSIVE and what it takes and so on? People like to know about that too. Somebody may be listening for the first time and they'll have an idea what we're talking about and how to get there.
Yes, so the opportunity to become a founder is a one-time $97 payment. That $97 gives you a position in the company. So it is not a stock, but it is almost like holding a share in a company where it's held there for you for that $97. And along with that comes a back office with all of your links and all the information and all the webinars that we all have and that you can attend, all the updates, all the product launches, everything um, that you could possibly want to know about the company will be in your back office at your disposal. And that $97 will sit there as a placeholder. And when we go in to the full launch, we will pay anywhere from $100 to $250 for the marketing campaign to start, for them to drive traffic to your passive web pages. You will have up to, I believe it is 50 different web pages through that Unpassive will build for you. They build a business for you. You do not have to worry about building anything. No need to even go out and buy a domain name, because we will have the domain names for you. We will have the websites for you, and we will have the targeted traffic driven to your website. Once, if somebody is out there looking for any product that OnPassive has to offer, they sign up, they become a customer through your webpage, they are placed under you as your customer. And this is exactly how you are making money with OnPassive.
So the only time you need to pay money is when you register at the beginning, and at some point you pay about $250, and that is it.
That's it. It is a monthly subscription. However, you do not have to pay that monthly subscription because it will come out of your profits. And OnPassive guarantees that you should make enough money from the customers that come in your first month to pay for your subscription going forward. So you're taking that up to 250. It may be less, but it will not be more. You will be taking that out of your pocket one time only. And that's very important to understand, because when people hear monthly subscription, they think they're going to keep paying and paying and paying like an auto ship in an MLM. No, OnPassive's not an MLM. You are not going to pay that more than one time, and you will not have products shipped to your house. It is just not that type of business.
Okay,
So you
that is
will pay
important.
up to 250 just one time out of pocket.
All right. So that said, if someone pays, you register, and then at the end, after launch, you pay about $250, and at some point you say, no, this is not what I bargained for. I'm not sure, but some people don't know what they want, and they say, I don't want anymore. I'm not continuing. What happens to their money? Do they lose it, or what happens?
Well, with the $97, the $97 is fully refundable. So anytime they're in OnPassive up into the launch and they want their $97 back because they don't think it's for them, which they would be crazy not to think it's for them. But let's say they didn't, they can have their $97 back. But the particular question you're asking me about the 250, now if the if the campaigns has already started and they paid that 250 and customers were already placed underneath them, why would they want their money?
All right.
And
Okay. That's good.
I believe if the company has done the work and put the customers under you and you've made more than $250, why would you want your 250 back? Wouldn't you want that to continue forever so that you make
Exactly.
residual income forever? I mean, this is
Okay.
a forever business. It's not here today, gone tomorrow.
Wow. Thank you so much. I
That's
think this is
the
very
one thing I can tell you too is about, technology companies, and I know this very well from my husband. They are not a one-time shot. They're not a one-time show. They are always developing. They are always coming out with new products. They are always everything, upgrading everything to stay ahead of the competition. And that is on passive. If
wow.
you go look at onpassive.com, you will see there's not even a website out there like it. Just the website alone will show you
Right.
the difference.
Exactly. Wow. Thank you so much, dear friends. Whoever joins us now or anytime, I had the blessing to be here tonight with Claudia all the way from Canada, and it has really been a blessing. And we have learned so much from her. Claudia is a small business owner. She has shared a very big experience from which I have learned that life is not about doing things in a hurry, but you know exactly what you want and you take your time one step at a time. You try to be consistent and persistent and you get to your target. That is what I've learned from Claudia. And moreover, the assurance she has given us today about ONPASSIVE is the fact that all of the cheating and the manipulations of our data online is going to be history the moment ONPASSIVE launches, because they will not tamper with your data without your consent and all of those things. And so yeah, we have also learned that with the help of artificial intelligence, ONPASSIVE is going to help build your team, build your platform for you, do the marketing campaign and everything. And so who doesn't want that? So there is so much to learn. And so if you join in at some point, you just want to go back from the beginning and learn, listen to Claudia's life journey and so on, it's really going to be a huge blessing. So thank you. And I'll turn back to you, Claudia, before we finally close. I would like you to, if you have if you have another thing, the last one final thing to tell the people before we finally close. Thank you.
Well, I guess the only thing that I could really say to people is that this passive is a business. It definitely is a business. And in any business, you need to build. You need to build your business. The greatest part of passive for me is the fact that I have to do nothing to build it. When I think of all the years, 36 years that I've been doing hair, to build my business, and passive will generate more income for me than the past 36 years that I've worked hard, that's really saying something. And for $97 to have all of that, to have a company just build it for you, that there's nothing more amazing. And there, I can guarantee there's nothing online like this at all. And there's nothing outside your door either that's like that. I've done both online and offline. And either way you look at it, you will not find a business like this. So if you're looking for a business, I say jump in. Jump in. Whoever shares the video with you, jump in with them. And never be afraid to help somebody. That's my
Okay.
biggest thing. That's my very biggest thing. A lot of people think, Comfort, that when you're joining any kind of business, they have this mentality that they're joining and they're going, oh yeah, they're going to make you rich. Well, that isn't the
Right.
way it is. Your $97 goes to the company on passive to build the business for you. It does not go to the founders. It does not make us rich. Everyone in this, that's the beauty of this business, is that everybody starts out on the ground floor, and ONPASSIVE builds your business for you. You are not building our business for us by joining ONPASSIVE. You are building a business for yourself. You're allowing ONPASSIVE to do that for you. And what I personally did, because I wanted my family to be part of it, I had actually brought in my children, sisters, brother, other brothers, and I brought them in to ONPASSIVE because they will all make an income as well. So it's beautiful. So you bring your family in first, and then you let ONPASSIVE build the rest of your business for you.
Right. Wow.
Nothing better.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So all we do here is like there's a saying in my country that you can only take a horse to the stream, but you can't force it to drink. So we take time to come here and give out this information just to help people take informed decision and make wise decisions that will change their lives. So whoever listens to this video, please do well to share with someone. And if you are interested, go back to whoever shared it with you. Or if you need help from any of us, just drop a comment on the comment section below. And I want you to know that Claudia has got a YouTube channel of hers as well. I am going to link it to the comment section, so that if you have a particular comment or a question or any remark for her, you can equally drop it on her channel too, because she's got very, very useful information out there. And then about your products, Claudia, if it's okay, you would like to give me some information to just link to my YouTube channel too, how people can find you. I think it's important for people to know what you do. So I really appreciate all your time for being here tonight to inform people. You know, somebody's definitely going to be blessed after listening to you. And thank you all, whoever is watching or will watch us after this. And we are going to see you again very, very soon. Thank you, Claudia. It's been really a nice time. Thanks. Yeah.
You're
All right.
welcome. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye. Yeah.